Welcome to Easy English by Eddie Singh, and today we are going to discuss the Rime of the Ancient Mariner, Part 2, Question Answers. Yeah, the first extract is God saved the ancient mariner from the fiends that plagued the thus. Why lookest thou so? With my crossbow I shot the albatross. Now, the very first question is, who is the speaker of the first two lines? The speaker of the first two lines is the wedding guest. Who is the speaker of the first two lines?
The wedding guest.
Okay. Second question. What does he point out? The wedding guest point out that when God had saved the mariners from the enemies that troubled them, then why does he look sad? Well, next question. What does the mariner confess? The mariner confesses that he had done wrong thing in killing the bird that made the breeze blow. That made the breeze blow. What do you mean by plague? Plague means troubled. Plague means troubled. Next question. Down dropped the breeze, the sails dropped down. It was sad as it could be, and we did speak only to break the silence of the sea. What was what was the sad development? The sad development was that all of a sudden the wind stopped blowing and the speed of sailing the ship decreased considerably. What happened? What was the sad development? The wind stopped blowing all of a sudden and the speed of sailing the ship decreased considerably. Now, what was the effect of the silence of the sea? The silence of the sea horrified the mariners, and not only they remained stuck at the same place, but also they were horrified by the silence of the sea. Silence of the sea. What do you mean by dropped? Here, dropped means stop blowing. Stop blowing. Which figure of speech is used in the first line? Down dropped the breeze, the sails dropped down. Here, there is a repetition of the same alphabet D. So it is an example of alliteration. Example of alliteration. Now let's come to another question. Yeah. Why was the old mariner made to carry the dead albatross round his neck? The old mariner is made to carry the dead albatross all around his neck just because it was a reminder of his misdeed. He had done a wrong thing in killing the bird. Therefore, the dead albatross was hanging around his neck as a reminder or as a punishment of his misdeed. As a punishment of his misdeed. It remained hanging around his neck as a reminder. As a reminder. Because he has done a wrong thing in killing the bird without any provocation. Therefore, in place of the cross, they have hung the dead albatross around his neck. Around his neck. What were the blessings which the mariners experienced when the albatross arrived on the ship? When the albatross arrived on the ship, the mariners really experienced the blessings. As soon as the bird came, it flew round and round the ship and made the icebergs melt with this, flying. And after that, the weather condition also became favorable. The sun rose into the sky and the mariners could steer away the ship. So coming of the bird was auspicious to the mariner because it brought good luck to the mariners. Good luck to the mariners could steer away their ship ahead, and that was what they thought of. As they were the Christians, so they considered the bird as a messenger of God. As a messenger of God. Another question. Why had the old mariner to tell the story to one of the wedding guests? The old mariner was tormented with the guilt. The old mariner was tormented with the guilt of killing the bird. What was the old mariner tormented with? He was tormented with the guilt of killing the bird, and therefore he wanted to narrate his sad story to someone to lighten the sorrow of his heart. So he stopped one of the three wedding guests on the way and narrated his story just to lighten the sorrow of his heart. That is the reason why he wanted to narrate his story to someone, as he was tormented with the guilt of killing the bird. Next question. How did the albatross save the mariners from the land of ice and snow? As soon as the Albertus came to the mariners. It flew round and round the ship and made the icebergs melt. Made the and thereby the wind also blew favorably and made the froth clear of the surface of water, and thereby the mariners could steer away their ship ahead. So coming up the bird brought good luck to the mariners. Good luck to the mariners could clear away the obstacle like icebergs and froth on the surface of water, and they could steer away their ship ahead of their journey. Another two more questions are there. Yeah. Yes. How does the storm blast appear in the poem? The storm blast had been very cruel. It appeared as if the mariners were being struck by a demonic bird. First of all, it appeared like a blast and a huge explosion, and it exerted enormous pressure on the front part of the ship and the mast. And the front part of the ship was driven back, and the mariners along with the ship was pushed backward. They were going towards the north, they were driven back towards the south. The storm exerted enormous pressure on the front part of the ship and the mast, and it pushed them towards the south, though they were going towards the north. Not only that, the storm appeared like a demonic bird having powerful wings, and it struck the mariners with its powerful wings and drove them towards the south, though they were going towards the north. And how did the mariners force the wedding guests to listen to his story? The old mariner, first of all, cast a spell, a magical spell, upon the wedding guests through his glittering eyes and long grey beard. First of all, what did he do? He cast a spell through his glittering eyes and long grey beard on one of the wedding guests. And then, after his act of mesmerization was over, he held his hand, and stopped the wedding guest and forced him to listen to his story. And the last question, what was the experience of the mariner in the silent sea? The mariners were totally horrified at the silence of the sea. The ship appeared as deserted as a picture ship, and the ocean appeared as stagnant as a painted sea, and there was neither sight of men nor animals. It appeared completely deserted. So the mariners were horrified with the silence prevailing at the sea. They didn't feel comfortable. They were almost frightened. They couldn't speak in fear of getting horrified. So, and they spoke only to break the silence of the sea. There was neither wind nor current anywhere in the sea, and they remained stuck at the same place for several days. That is how they experienced at the silent sea. Thank you very much.